What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for some more Guild Wars 2. Today's footage comes from the stress test that we just had on Wednesday. The Wednesday before that wonderful, glorious announcement that we finally have a release date. Oh, yes. So here I am. I'm out in the Gendarren Fields with my little level 31 warrior here. We're kicking butt and taking names. Now, I wasn't exactly sure if I would actually get to play the stress test because I actually got off of work just as the stress test was originally scheduled to be done. But I logged in anyway just to see, and I didn't actually catch the announcement, so instead I went out and just thought, well, even if I get to log in for 5 minutes, you know, hey, it'd be fun, right? So I actually get quite a bit of footage here. I got about almost an hour. And, yeah. So here we are, we're doing a dynamic event out in the Gendarren Fields. This one is that this particular town is under attack, and we have to go out and prevent these Harathi centaurs from taking out the town. And so they've set up some trebuchets that we have to get out and take those out. As you can see here, we're fighting the veteran Harathi war master that's guarding the trebuchet, and now that we've got her out of the way, we'll go ahead and shoot down the trebuchet. But what's, as you can see, funny there, I'm getting obstructed, even though I'm actually by even though I was right next to the trebuchet, I was still getting an obstructed message for some reason. So I had to run around to the front in order to do any damage to it, and of course when I did so we had that other little centaur come up, but we don't care about that. Now we're just going to go ahead and take that out, and down she goes. So we got one more trebuchet here to take out. Thankfully these trebuchets are not hitting myself. They're pointed at the town, and hey, look at that, when I attack the trebuchet directly without taking out the surrounding mobs, I actually end up pulling two of them. But that's alright, we're going to pop out some whirlwind and definitely go about that. I have to say, though, that the axe gameplay is a lot of fun. The very first beta weekend event, I didn't particularly care for them all that much. I don't know if I just didn't have a good set or what. They just felt a little undertuned to me. But now, so I forced myself in beta weekend 2 to use them, and yeah, axes are wonderful. It definitely has that brutal warrior feel to them. Get some good buffs to them. You have you know, a condition, and whirling axes is just an absolute beautiful skill. Completely love that skill. Just checking out my traits here while I've rezzed up the NPC. And alright, let's see what else we can find to do. Okay, we got an event up here where we have to attack some rock dogs and get them to turn on their centaur masters. So we'll go ahead and head up this way. As you can see there in the upper right hand corner, it does tell us that the Harathi centaurs are training rock dogs to use in their attacks. So it actually does tell us specifically that this is part of the overall meta event chain in the zone. So that's good. We're gonna go ahead and res this guy back up, and then we'll head on in. He's attacking something, but whatever. We're just gonna go about our business. This is actually a very nice area of the game. I like the texture work and everything that they've done here. Ooh, here we got a veteran Harathi commander. Overall, so far, I felt with the difficulty in the mobs, you know, we have veteran, champion, and then the elites. No, sorry, legendary, excuse me. Veteran, champion, and legendary. I really felt that with the veteran mobs, they're pretty soloable. I mean, yeah, they're going to take you a little bit harder, and you really do have to play smart with them. But they're not by any means, they're not impossible to take down. Champions, on the other hand, I have yet to see a successful instance of a solo champion kill from BW2 and the recent stress tests. They're difficult. You want a minimum of 2 or 3 players. Even 2 players can be it makes for a long fight, but if both players are playing smart and can avoid going down, then yeah, you'll be able to do it. But here we are, we're taking out this veteran Harathi commander. He's a little bit tougher than the one we fought earlier. And that's okay. We like that though. Good boss fights are fun. And for warriors too, one of the things you're going to definitely want to keep in mind, a very useful skill is throw bolos, because that gives you an immobilize, which keeps the player or whatever it is that you're fighting locked into place. So it's very nice to use immobilize, and if you're switching over to a ranged weapon, you can pop immobilize and then you get to range or whatever, however you want to go about it. But immobilize is a really useful effect, so I would recommend throw bolos for one of your utility skills at this time, at least for general PvE gameplay purposes. And we're just going to go ahead. Oh, got a guy over here. Now you are going to see me here be a complete noob. I accidentally hit my escape key, and instead of clicking it off, I actually stopped the video. I actually exited the game completely. Total noob moment. I was so frustrated. Again, I didn't know how long exactly I was going to be able to be playing the game. I literally expected the servers to go down any moment. And instead, I actually ended up getting about an hour to play. So I logged successfully back in, and I don't know what happened to that one centaur, but he was gone. Maybe he patrolled off somewhere else. So we're just going to go ahead and take out this guy here. Again, slowly working our way up to that dynamic event, which is part of the meta chain for the area. Now the text there shows us that the attack dogs, attack rock dogs until they rebel against the centaurs. Wow. And it shows us that their centaur control at the moment is 100%. So every time we go and attack one of these mobs, our percentages should go down, is what we're looking to accomplish here. And they're kept up in this pen, so we want to get up there and take care of them. But of course, we got to clear all these trash mobs to do it. Oh, so excited for a release date finally after 5 years. It's been a long journey, but I'm definitely very excited about it. Even these beta events, they're great. It's going to be so nice to be able to actually progress and be able to keep these characters and be playing beyond these zones and leveling up and just going through experiencing the world, as much or as little as we'd like. Very excited about that. Now, the other thing you are definitely going to want to keep an eye on in Guild Wars 2 is all of these patrols and things like that. Just like with any game, really. But, as you can see there, I had pulled a mob already, and then there was a mob padding as well. So you want to really watch out for that. Don't want to aggro too many things. You will get in trouble, and you will die. But instead, here we're going to go ahead and just take out this rock dog, and that one does not count. We're looking specifically for the ones that are inside this this pen here, I guess we could call it. So we're going to go ahead and attack this gate to take it down, and it's very slowly going down. Come on, gate, you can do it. Forget it. We'll just get in here with our axes, whirlwind it down. There we go. And hey, look, as soon as we get the gate down, we got 2 on us. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I definitely like the new crit effect, too, they implemented in the last beta weekend. It's It's a very, very nice little way of showing you without saying crit, crit, crit. Alright, so we're going to go ahead. I've got another one here. Man, they just... This area in particular is very, very heavily populated, so you're really going to want to watch if you're doing this solo. Because again, look, I just had 2 more mobs spawn. The original guards are back. I've already fought, you know, this is my 4th dog. Oh, the gate's back up. Doing this solo is going to be a little on the tougher side. So, look, I got 2 more. I'm already down to 60%, thankfully. I mean, I'm close to completing the event, but there's no breathing room. And, you know, again, just I think coming in here with at least 1 other player would have been probably the smarter idea. But, you know, what are you going to do? And, look, there's another one. Oh, and I mean, there's not even anywhere to run. You pick stuff, you know, there's so much going on. So what I ended up doing there is I picked up a skull, and when you use the skull item, when you use the skull, it causes everything to run in fear, and there is just nowhere to run in this pen at all. So we're going to see if I can't whirlwind the door, whirlwind all these guys. But at this point I've got, what, 4 dogs and 2 centaurs on me. Maybe we can get a rally here, get going. Hey, we did get a rally. Alright, back up on our feet, gonna keep going. Alright, we can get that guy get out of the way. More whirlwind so we can do some AoE damage. I have 19 health. Back down again. Okay, but this dog's low, so maybe we can get him out of the way. Nope, nope. Retarget the right one, stupid. Okay, there we go. Now rally again. Yes, rally again. Okay, getting closer. Alright, we got 2 dogs down. The 2 centaurs are down. We got 2 dogs left. We pulled another dog. No. I'm back down again, and I don't think anything's low enough. That one is, but no, we died. That was pretty exciting, though. I mean, that definitely is that's a great moment. Even though I failed, it was still a lot of fun just to see, okay, how long can I last? And of course, because we're going to be going back into that area, all this stuff is respawned again. And so we're going to have to clear our way back in there and try and complete the event again. And now it reads, the assault on the Ascalon settlement. The centaurs have a strong position with their trained rock dogs and well-organized troops. So it's almost like a readiness thing for the centaurs. You just want to prevent them from getting in any kind of position where they're going to be able to attack the Ascalon settlement. There's another sharpshooter with her dog. I wish those dogs would count towards the event as well, but I guess those ones are too well trained. What are you going to do? So instead we're going to go ahead and take this down here. Thankfully it's not too tough. 1 or 2, you know, that you can usually do okay. I've yet to take on multiple mobs, but man, if I hadn't pulled that 5th dog, it might have been possible because the other 2 were pretty low on health. Granted, my heal was on cooldown and all kinds of stuff like that, but oh well. So instead, we're gonna switch over to rifle here. The rifle is definitely nice to use on these type of melee mobs, where as soon as they get in close, bam, rifle butt them out of the way, and then you know, there are times I've been successful in actually getting that mob down before even he gets to me. But you definitely want to you know, utilize your range skills as a warrior. You have a longbow and you have a rifle accessible to you, and they are very, very viable weapons. The longbow in particular is a lot more AoE focused. You'll have a good time with that. Whereas the rifle here is a lot more single target focused. I just love that whirling axe. Such a great skill. You can move during it, so definitely be sure to do that. Alright, we have 2 more dogs that we need to kill because they go at 10% increments. So instead of rushing in, we're just going to stand by the gate here and see if we can't take them out a little bit smarter, a little more one at a time, and not get stuck inside this pen. Alright. One there. We got one padding around. Use the rifle, and of course we get them both. That's okay. Switch back over to our axes, of course, whirlwind around. I do like, too, though, that on those multi-hit shots, now they are doing, they're showing an increase in the damage. They're not just showing each of the individual little shots. Now, this is something you're going to want to be careful of, because as soon as you complete that event, the dogs don't become friendly. They are still hostile. And even though you've taken out, you've convinced them to rebel, they are still going to come and attack you. That was my experience anyway. So you'll want to be careful to get away from them. But yeah, definitely, they will then. As you can see, they're going to start attacking the centaurs for you. It'd be nice if they turned into a neutral mob at least, or a friendly mob, so that they didn't just attack you specifically. We'll go ahead and free this slave, and we'll go ahead and call it quits there for today. As always, be sure to like or subscribe. Those are greatly appreciated. And we will be sure to see you next time.